Hi, Sarah O'Kelly here with Skipper's Review TV, and I'm at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show 2018, and I am with SiriusXM Marine, and I'm going to be talking to Dan Dickerson. So it's not just SiriusXM with Howard Stern and Baba Booey, we've got the marine end of things too, which kind of makes sense with the satellite, marine, weather. But Dan, fill us in a little bit on why boaters want to go with SiriusXM Marine.
Right. So when we say marine, what we're doing is we're just reminding people that we're not all just about music. We also do weather service, and in addition to music and weather, the beauty of our service is because it is satellite based, it works up to 200 miles offshore. So people that are using our services on their cell phones, you lose service about 6 miles from shore. With our service, you can go much farther and still keep track of what's going on. You can listen to the news, and the weather, of course, is the big thing. That's a graphic image that we use the navigational chart plotter on board the boat to display weather information. Actually, very few satellite systems for weather specifically. Most people that are getting what you would call satellite weather are simply getting the internet using a satellite system. Those satellite systems are very expensive because you're paying by the bit for the information that you get. And when it's a graphical image, the dollar signs run up kind of quick. With our service, we're using our dedicated satellite, and there's a monthly subscription charge, but once you pay that, you're getting all the data and audio that we have available.
And say, for instance, for fishing, is it possible to tell water temperature?
Weather in relation to your position. And yes, one of the weather elements that we offer is sea surface temperature. So the information is taken from infrared satellite, and then we broadcast it and overlay it on the navigational chart on the boat, so you can see right where what we call temperature breaks are. That's where typical pelagic activity is. Those are where the bait fish are. Those are where the big fish are coming after them. If you can see where the line is, where the temperature is changing, that's your most likely spot where you're going to be catching fish, and we can show that to you on the navigational screen. We've partnered with all the major manufacturers: Furuno, Garmin, Ray Marine, the Navico Group, which includes Lowrance, Simrad, and Brooks & Gatehouse. We've partnered with all of those, and basically we've given them the tools they need to build a receiver. So they build a receiver that's proprietary to their equipment. So if you have a Garmin system, you buy a Garmin Sirius receiver, and that can bring in the signal from the satellite and then overlay it on your Garmin chart plotter. Usually it's a two-piece system. It's a small box that would be installed behind the dash somewhere, and then an antenna. And the antenna is very small. It's a little mushroom, typically about 4 inches in diameter and about 1 inch tall. It doesn't need to be installed high up, it just needs to see the sky. So you can't mount it down in the cabin somewhere, but anywhere on the deck, even under a windshield, it can see through glass. So that's where you would mount the antenna.
So you can be in the middle of nowhere and you can get weather.
Correct. Anywhere up to 200 miles. Again, our satellite is aimed at North America. It's a stationary satellite aimed at North America at all times. So this is not a global system, but it does cover the United States and Canada up to about 200 miles offshore. We also include the Gulf of Mexico, and our signal does reach out into the Bahamas. Unfortunately, not the Caribbean. It doesn't go that far south.
Anything else in if I want to get Howard and I want to get music, or is it two separate entities?
The weather receivers can, all of them can do both weather and the music. So you can get Howard, or I shouldn't say music, I should say audio, but you can get Howard with any of the weather receivers that are on the market today. There is a separate price point, so it's a package arrangement. We have about 3 flavors of weather packages depending on your boating habits. There's one for people running lakes and rivers, there's one for people that are staying close to the coast, and then there's one for people that are doing extended cruising. Music can be added to any of those. We have several music packages available. They range in price, normally they range in price from about $10 a month to about $20 a month. If you're adding music to a weather package, then there's a 30% discount on the music to help offset the cost a little bit. Also, if you're adding a weather package, if you already have SiriusXM on your car, if you add a weather package for your boat, you get a discount on the car as well. On lakes and rivers, we're giving you just basic information like wind and storms. We show you rain and lightning information. But if you're headed offshore, sea conditions become important. You want to know wave height. You want to know the wave direction, The wind and the wind speed, also important factors. And then the fishing information, the sea surface temperature information we mentioned, I can't put that on lakes and rivers because the data file is too big. We're limited on how much, we only have one satellite, we have one pipe. We're limited on how much data we can put down the pipe. So we have to draw the line somewhere. And it's more important to have that information for pelagic fish than it is for freshwater fish.
Makes sense.
In our opinion.
All right, Dan, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Sarah O'Kelly, Skipper's Review TV at the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show 2018.